Hey guys, in the last video we did, casting in Kansas, we talked about we would show you how to tie this double rig, and I never did that, and I love you guys. You call me out on that. You can tell I'm horrible at editing. I'm better at fishing than I am editing videos, but you call me out. So let me walk you through how to do this double rig that I was using. Everyone's seen a double rig. Everyone's fished with them. Mine's a little bit different how I do it. Pretty simplistic. And why mine's different? Again, I got a little short 4.5 foot, what I call a dock rod. And I use these a lot in the wintertime for casting or holding them in my hand. My double rig, pretty cool because my top jig just slides up and down the line. I don't tie it direct. I don't tie it fixed, if you will. And I just tie it where it slides up and down. Let's walk you through how we tie this guy on here. Double your line up. I've doubled this braid. Again, braid. Come through the eyelet. Yeah, it's hard to get braid through an eyelet. Especially when you're getting a little older like me. Can't hardly see that. Go through the eyelet. Okay. Go through the eyelet. And this guy's just sitting on the line right here. Guys, this is as simple as it gets. Just do an overhand, just a knot, just an old loop knot. Up, down, cinch her down. Then watch this thing. Watch this. It just slides up and down the line. It's that simple. That's all that top jig is. The number one key to this is the braid. You cannot do this double rig technique that I'm getting ready to show you with monofilament. It would curl it up and it would break. Braid, number one. Again, double rig for me, open water. Mostly open water with 2 jigs. I never vertical jig, 1 pole in the brush with 2 jigs. Not my deal. You're going to get hung up. Why hang up 2? You can only hang up 1. So let's talk about this guy. Let's get this first one in here. Got a little 1/16 ounce Crappie Pro head. I like the Crappie Pro heads. They keep the paint in the eyelets. There's your tip. If you have a jig head that already has the eyelet cleaned out, be careful. Some of those guys that are cleaning these out will nick this metal and it'll cut your line. Crappie Pro doesn't do that. I doubled my line up here. Just come through here. Wet that down so it can come through. So I get through that little bitty eyelet. Just poke it through. If I can get this thing through here. Of course I can't. Windy and my fingers are cold. I can't see, I don't have my readers on. Okay. I just stuck that through there, guys. Right now. It's just sitting through the eyelet. Okay. I'm going to just take the line and make an overhand loop. Back through there. So take the line. It's just still sliding. The wind's blowing my line around. I just take my hands, come up through it. Just a little simple knot. And it's sitting on there. Okay, that's all I did. Now I'm going to come in here and tie a polymer knot on the other one. One thing I do for all my double rigs, 1/16 ounce on top, 1/8 on bottom. Especially if you're casting it, that 1/8 ounce will fall faster than the 1/16, of course. You won't get them tangled up. So I double my line up, come through the eyelet. Again, braid's hard to get through the eyelet, so a lot of times I wet and twist it, the braid, to get through that eyelet. Come through the eyelet. Alright, so now I have it through. Just make an overhand loop knot like that. Cinch that down. You have 2 sides to this now. Right, take this open end, open that up, stick that through. This is a polymer knot, strongest knot in the world. Cinch that down. Take your scissors, cut off that tag, cut it off. Looky there. That's as simple as it gets. Now let me show you the coolest part about this. Let me put some baits on here for demonstration purposes. On top, little baby shad, monkey milk. Number 1 selling crappie bait in the world, baby shad. The color. Number 1 color and number 1 bait right there. This is actually what I've been catching my fish on out there in Kansas. And glitter critter. Wintertime, little natural. They're eating shad, that's all they're doing. So I'm matching the hatch, unlike spring or summer where I'm using bright colors. There's a double rig. Everyone in the world ties a double rig. Okay, but let me show you what's cool about mine. I came up with this because I could never get this distance right. It always tried to be 3 foot or 2 foot. Since I just put an overhand knot on that thing, look what this jig does. It slides up and down the line, and I can place it wherever the heck I want to. If I want it 2 foot, 2 foot, I'll make it 2 foot. If I want to shrink her down to 10 inches, I can make it 10 inches. Something a little bit different. I've never seen anybody else do this. It's just an overhand loop on that top jig, just in one loop, and it just slides up and down the line. Everybody says, okay, well, what happens when a crappie hits this jig? He hits it, he comes down, he hits this other one, and you reel him in the boat. That's simple. Once you get him in the boat, slide it back down and go back to casting and fishing. Pretty simplistic double knot. I started this because I could never get the distance right. I'd get mad, especially in the wintertime. My fingers would be cold and I couldn't get this distance right. So there's you a simple tip for that double rig that I talked about in the last video, casting in Kansas. There it is, guys. Wintertime, fall time, we're in the middle of it. Outstanding time to go crappie fishing. If you can stay out of the tree stand, leave your bow at home, your shotgun at home, and go crappie fishing. If you can find them, they are loaded up. Good fishing.